I'm a little taller than he is. First of all, I would like to thank all the media for putting this program on for all of the schools to get the opportunity to advertise their team and their players and staff. But here at Lanett, we have a very unique situation. We've been blessed over the past few years to have such great athletes and kids with high character that got a desire and a passion to be successful. This year's team, we're going to be senior heavy. Right now we have 15 seniors, which is the largest class I've had entering my 12th year at Lanett. Have not had that many seniors. We got a great group of leaders. We have 4 of them up here this afternoon to speak, but they have worked extremely hard. I was real surprised during the pandemic for when we was able to get back to work, the way they came back in shape, ready to play. I was so concerned about, some of them not doing what they were supposed to do, and we was going to be behind the 8 ball as far as condition-wise, but they came back ready to play. They took it upon themselves as a group, not just 1 or 2 of them, but they would call each other and get them all on a field. They found fields all over Chambers County to work out and to, start preparing themselves for what they didn't even know in the beginning. But that showed me that I got a great group of kids that concerned about the program as a whole. But coming into the season right now, defensively, we got a great group coming back. Offensively, we got a great group coming back. With the exception to right now, the quarterback position is still up in the air. I have Caden, who's going to have an opportunity to do it. I got Marquivas Atkinson and Kadarius Zachary. All 3 of those guys going to compete at that position moving forward. So we're excited for the season. To get started and to be able to, put a good product on the field, and hopefully that we'll have a chance to be around when the grass is brown.
Coach, one of the things we discussed right before you went up was a lot of people have looked at Lanett over the past few years and thought you were a one-horse team because of a superstar that you had last year. But you've got a lot of great athletes at school right now, and you got some really good guys up there right now, really strong looking and ready to play. Tell us what it's like this year after your son has left.
Well, it's a lot different, of course, when you got somebody that been at the quarterback position for 3 years and have been playing with you since he was in the 8th grade. Because of what he brought to the game, it made everybody else around them elevate their game. It's been very different, but I've been able to adjust because of the guys that I had returning that knows how the program works, knows how we do things, and also to have Caden coming along, somebody that sit at your dinner table and somebody who you can put, up on the board and talk football with, and they can take your personality and put it out on the field. That had always been very important, that if they can take who you are and put it out there on the field, it makes a big difference in everything that's around you.
Clifford, you mentioned that you guys are still figuring out quarterback, but luckily you guys have some experienced receivers back and several of them up there with you. How much easier do you think that's going to make whoever winds up being the quarterback, the fact that they've got guys at the receiver position that are experienced?
It makes it real easy because those guys know their route trees. They know where they need to be against a defense to find open spots in the zone. And, when you listen to them at practice, they come up to each other and, and tell them where they are and where they're going to be and where the ball need to be thrown. And the thing that I love about these guys up here, especially my receivers, they just say, throw the ball and we'll catch it. And so that's kind of confident that they have in the ball being thrown in that area that they're going to catch it. So they have been real big. And, of course, if you got receiver that you trust and you can throw it to and they tell you just throw it and they're going to catch it, that makes a big difference.
This is for the players, Coach Jackson's in his 2nd year as offensive coordinator. How much does that help to be able to be in that system a lot more?
With Coach Jackson coming in, it was a big difference because, we went from Coach Siegel being the offensive coordinator to Coach Jackson coming in, and it kind of helped in a way because he was younger, so he worked with us, making situations that were suitable for us, helping us in the best way possible.
You guys can feel free to jump in too and also answer the question. You need it repeated?
Just With Coach Jackson being in his second year, how much does that help you guys as receivers?
With Coach Jackson coming in, he changed a lot of things, but we adapted and we learned them pretty quick because like the way he put it is really easy, but the route trees that he gave us, like, they're simple but complex at the same time.
I feel like with Coach Jackson coming in, I feel like it helped a lot because, like as us being young receivers coming like at 9th, 10th grade, I feel like we didn't know as much route concepts. So I feel like him coming in and changing a few things, I feel like we learned our route concepts more better and smoother.
Coach Story, this question's for you. You guys have this knack of winning state championships as you're changing classifications. Any worries about any growing pains as you rise from Class 1A to Class 2A?
No growing pains for us because we did it in 2A and 17, and we're very familiar with those schools that came back to our region because we've played them all, with except for BB Coma, but we're familiar with the rest of them. So for me to be familiar with what they're going to do offensively and defensively, actually it gives us an advantage because we know what we're going to face. So we're going to have film, from past seasons up to now. The old coaches that I coach against, they old school, they hard nosed, and they going to do what they going to do. You just got to be prepared to stop it. So I'm actually elated to be back in that region with them.
Clifford, going back to quarterback, how important are the next few weeks, and specifically when you guys can get back, with pads on, to, figuring out that position, especially after an off season where y'all didn't have a spring and were really limited through the summer?
Well, it's very important because, when the bullets start firing, that's when you really start seeing, who gonna step up because, on air and on bags, all of them look good. But when you got to put a defense over there that coming at them, we want to see what they can do when the heat is on. So it's going to be real big because by us not having a spring, we wasn't able to, to make that decision a little earlier. But, those three guys, they going to compete. I know they are. And it gives me an opportunity myself because I'll be coaching them to really see, how competitive they really are. And you want somebody at the quarterback position that got the leadership ability and they want to compete.
Question for Trey, just how excited are you for this season for you guys to have a chance to go win back-to-back state championships?
I feel like this season gonna be real exciting because I know we got great leadership coming back, and I feel like everybody is working hard and everybody is staying together and keeping a straight head of mind. So I feel like it's gonna be a good season for us to go back and get another championship.
Bob, this one's for you. In the recent 24/7 and ESPN rankings, you were able to move up. What does that kind of mean to you?
With me being a top 247 recruit, I understand that people are going to be coming at me because I'm a 4-star and I'm ranked. So I understand that I have to keep working and keep getting better each and every day, just to not let them catch up to me and get where I am.
Caden, I got a question for you too, kind of piggybacking off of that. Have you talked to Christian much about, what it's like, going through recruiting, and if so, what kind of advice have you gotten from him?
Yes, sir. I talked to him a lot, but he's told me things like, when you're going through recruiting, you got to make sure that you build a relationship with the coaches, all the coaches, not just one, because you never know what could happen. And just be fit. Go where you're comfortable. Go where you're comfortable. Go where your heart is.
Question for Coach, kind of piggybacking off of that too. How have you seen Caden handle it so far, and how much do you think him seeing Christian go through it has helped him so far?
It had helped him a lot because every time we took Christian on visits, we always took him along. So he understands the process and he understands, how to filter when it's fake and when it's real. Because you learn those things along the way when it's just talk or if it's reality. But it had helped him tremendous to be a part of and to see Christian go through it, and also to have Trey went through it and Christian went through it at a much higher level. But recruiting is recruiting, and they have really given him sound advice, and he taking heed to it, and he listened at the things that we tell him pertaining to it.
This is for all the players. You know, Valley and Lafayette went yesterday, and they brought up the rivalry that you guys all share. Can you just talk a little bit about those two rivalry games?
When it comes to the rival game, the rivalry part is just for the fans. Like, it's business. They just another football team we have to play, another team on the schedule. Valley, they're a rival, but they're not in our, classification, so it's just a game. Of course, we're going to win, but we got to do what we got to do, go to the next game, beat all the 2A schools, and get another state championship.
When it comes to the rivalry game, I really don't even do too much talking because talking really can lead you to messing up in the game. But I let them talk, and I just show the two when I score.
When it comes to the rivalry, I don't really do too much talking. I let my game talk for itself. I don't really get into that because the rivalry is really for the fans. It's business as usual. So it's another football game. They're on our schedule, so we're really just ready to go out and play them.
It's just bit like business, you like they said. So it ain't nothing but another football game. We go out there, take care of business, and get ready for another game. So that's it.
This one's for Caden. Stepping up at quarterback, you have a quarterback battle there. But for you, knowing you have all these veteran wide receivers, how comfortable do you feel out there?
I'm very comfortable with them because I feel like I can just throw the ball up and they'll go get it. So I can trust them. That's why I'm so comfortable because I feel like I'm able to trust them and just be able to get, and when I'm able to get them the ball, I know they'll make a play.
Did you ask your brother Christian any advice for playing quarterback?
Well, he told me just be comfortable. Don't listen to what the receivers are saying. Sometimes they may get caught up in give me the ball and all those type of things. He just told me just be comfortable and don't get caught up in those type of things.
Coach Story, your kids, no matter what classification they're in, there always seems to be a target on their back, whether it's 1A, 2A, bouncing back up to 2A. Just can you talk about the composure about these kids? They have to be basically be game ready no matter who they line up against.
Yes, it is, but as you can see, we've took on the slogan of business as usual. That's our slogan that we're using this year because I've always told them that we're not going backwards. We're just going to move forward. But it's all about training the mentality of the kids because it's very easy for kids to lose confidence or not have the passion or the desire to push through when they face adversity. So my biggest things, I always find little small things to get them over the hump, and we challenge them daily, putting them through adversity so when games get tough, they know how to fight through it and make plays when they need to be made. So, we've trained these guys mentally and physically to be prepared to battle whoever is on our schedule. I'm not being cocky or arrogant about it, but I just feel like that once they're prepared to play, then that they're going to perform at the highest level. And I found this slogan a long time ago, and I carry it with me when it says, proper preparation prevents poor performance. So as a coach, as the head coach, it's my job to make sure that they're prepared to play on Friday.
All right, one last question over here.
This is for the players. So you guys are part of the biggest senior class in Coach Story's tenure at Lanett, and you had the opportunity to play for back-to-back state championships. How important is the leadership for that you give to the underclassmen?
It's a lot of times, we talk to the younger class and tell them, it might be some games we have to step out for. We might get hurt or game situation, we might be tired and have to come out. And we tell them, y'all got to get to it. And I believe in our young, we got some dogs. They're going to do what they got to do.
I feel like us being leaders, I feel like we tell them every day, be yourself. Be who you are, be better than you were yesterday. So it's a slogan that Coach Seeger say, be elite. We tell them to be elite every day and keep a strong mindset that y'all can be great.
Being leaders really plays a big part in our program because we understand that we can't do anything without a leader. So therefore, us 4 guys have stepped up and became leaders, and that, yeah.
I'm gonna piggyback off of what they said. The young guys, they got the mindset, the same mindset that we have. They have to like make it a strong belief. Because when they make it a strong belief, they'll follow the same step we follow, have the same work ethic we have, and they can tell the younger class under them what they do and how to do it.